Today, Brian decided that he wanted to go out and go shopping for my Christmas present. And I decided that I would take advantage of the time alone to do a little self-care routine. So I am going to throw my hair back. Actually, I'm just going to use one of these little clips to hold it back. And then I'm going to show you what I do for a little spa situation. Cute dishes are obviously not required to make this whole situation happen, but I do recommend having 2 separate containers that you're going to put things inside of. So the first thing that you're going to need is baking soda, and you just need a teeny tiny little bit. So let's make the first part. And water. All you need is baking soda and water. I'm going to use about a teaspoon of baking soda and about a teaspoon of water. And mix that up. You want a fairly thick consistency. So that might have actually been just a little bit too much water. I'm going to add in a little bit more baking soda. Or a lot. Okay, so it's nice and thick. The next ingredient I'm using is this Redwood Hill Farms goat yogurt. You can use any yogurt that you want. It's just recommended that it's not sweetened. Plain Greek yogurt is a really great option for this. And I'm just gonna add a little bit in there. I'm gonna use about 3 teaspoons. Lighting a candle, also not required, but who doesn't love a nice candle on a spa day? Okay, first thing that I'm gonna do is throw my hair back, which I did earlier, but doing it again. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is pick out a playlist to play, but since I'm doing it with you guys, I won't be doing that, although I recommend for you to put on something nice and calming. I will have some calming music on here for you. So I'm gonna take that first thing that we made with the baking soda and the water, and this is like a micro it's like a micro scrub for your face, but just, you know, super natural. You know exactly what the ingredients are. I feel like it makes my face so soft every time I do it. Now what I like to do is once it gets rubbed in, once it starts feeling like a little dry and not movable, I stick my hand in the water a little bit like that, get it a little bit wet, rub it into my fingers on the other side, and keep rubbing it in. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to do is heat up the water really strongly. Once I feel like it's super warm, I'm gonna start rinsing my face off with it. Once it's mostly off, I'm just going to take a washcloth and make sure I get the rest of it off. Anywhere that I might have missed or haven't been able to get. I feel like things have been really go lately with trying to do Vlogmas and get people presents and still try to have a social life and be there with people. And so I just felt like I really needed a minute. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is grab that yogurt, the unsweetened yogurt, and I just take a little bit in my hands and put it really thickly on my face. Make sure all the little baby hairs are out of the way. I've also been wearing makeup nearly every day. I just feel like my skin could really use this. Oh, you know what I just realized? I didn't do my neck. I'm just going to put it on my neck without having done the scrub. But if you caught it before me, you should do your neck and your chest before doing this part. Oops. Yogurt on my sweater. In that book that I recommended to you to get started on skincare, this is actually one of the things she recommended to do, was to use plain Greek yogurt on your face because it's really great for anti-aging properties. And she recommended the baking soda, and ever since I read that book I've been doing this and I love it. I haven't done it in so long and I just feel like I needed it. So what you're gonna do is let this sit for 10 minutes. Sometimes I let it sit for a little bit longer. I want it to like just start caking, like when it starts cracking. That's when I feel like it's really absorbed into my skin. And then we are gonna meet back here. In the meantime, I am gonna have some 88% dark chocolate. It will technically be the first thing that I have today, but it's a self-care day, so I'll do what I want. All right, 10 minutes is up. I'm going to take that same washcloth and get it super, super hot and rinse out all that leftover baking soda. I actually ended up, so I had a little bit of chocolate and then I remembered that there's not very much yogurt left in my container, so I decided to make myself a really small yogurt bowl with the remainder chocolate that I haven't had yet and some cacao nibs. Super looking forward to that. So once it's all heated up and super nice and toasty warm, I'm gonna remove it from the water and gently press it onto my face to start removing. And then rinsing it out, getting it nice and warm again, and taking more off. Once I'm done removing all of it, I'm going to use my vitamin C serum. Hands still wet, put a full dropper in my hand, mix it up. just really gently pressing it into my skin and my neck. And then the last thing that I like to do is use my rose hip. The book that I use by Stephanie Gerber, I believe was her last name. She says to put on coconut oil, but I really prefer rose hip. It's balancing for my skin. It looks oily when it first goes on, but it definitely dries up. It's a little too oily to use on a regular day, which is why I've been enjoying the mattifying moisturizer I've been using during the day, but today I really want something that just penetrates in there, gives me loads of moisture, and I don't really care about how oily my skin looks today because we're probably not really doing much. So this is the Acure The Essentials Rose Hip Oil, and I keep it in the fridge to keep it good for a longer period of time. They actually say on their box that it comes from Chile. So, oh, let me see. I don't know if I put enough on my neck or if I put any on my neck. They say that it comes from Chile and that you should really protect it and keep it good for as long as possible by putting it in the fridge. And then I take this out of my freezer and I just keep it in there so that it's ready whenever I want it. And I start with going underneath my eyes and rolling out, because I like those to be super cold when I first start. And I'm using the smaller side for under my eyes. And then I use the bigger side and press and roll it up my forehead. And then kind of, so when I'm doing right here, I'm rolling straight up, and then as I'm coming around my forehead, I'm pushing out and to the side. And then doing around my cheekbones, getting nice and kind of into where that curve is on my cheekbone, rolling up and out. And then what I like to do is go up my brow bone, and then into my jaw. I grind my teeth at night and this muscle right here gets really sore, so I just kind of really like to get in there. And then I'm gonna roll up my neck. The last thing that I do is I take this gua sha, and starting from my chin, I move it over, well, toward my ear. No, I know that I rolled up on the other side, but I'm trying to get this to drain. Any lymphatic fluid that I have built up. Plus it just feels really good. And then I'm going to go back up here to my cheekbone, starting from right next to my nose, finding where that bone is, and going under it and over. Always trying to lift up. And that is everything that I do for my self-care, like a longer mask day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!